What would you say if someone you love told you they had been sexually assaulted? What we know is that the first time a survivor talks about their sexual assault, it is most often with a friend or family member. That may be you. Will you start by believing?
I start by believing because a victim shouldn't feel shame. Perpetrators should feel shame.
I start by believing because we pride ourselves on having a work environment that is free from harassment and discrimination.
I start by believing because it's the first critical step in getting survivors of sexual assault the services they need and holding offenders accountable for their behavior.
I start by believing because people deserve to have their story heard.
I start by believing because it matters and it's the right thing to do.
We start by believing because everyone is entitled to dignity and respect.
We are Ralston House, and we start by believing.
By providing a safe space for children to tell their stories of abuse.
I start by believing because the students, the staff, and the community in Westminster Public Schools deserve it.
I start by believing because we are teaching students at Westminster High School to respect themselves and each other.
We start by believing
because now is the time to change a culture.
I start by believing because it helps survivors recover.
I start by believing a child when they tell their story of abuse, neglect, or exploitation.
I start by believing because Westminster Soccer cares about its student athletes and their families.
I start by believing because I want victims to know that they have a safe place to tell their story.
I start by believing because every survivor deserves the chance to heal, no matter how long it's been since the abuse happened.
I start by believing because at the City of Westminster, job one is the safety of our citizens and supporting those that have been harmed.
I start by believing because we need communities where, regardless of your gender, you have a chance to thrive, not just survive.
I start by believing because survivors matter and deserve a chance to heal.
We start believing because we know as a business community that when our customers, when our employees, when the people that we interact with every day have the courage to come forward and report an assault, that they deserve to be treated with respect and they deserve to be treated with dignity.
A safe and healthy community contributes to a better quality of life, a community where people want to live, work, and play. And that's why we start by believing.
I start by believing because nobody deserves to disappear.
I start by believing because change begins with me. I have the strength and the power to make the world a better place, and so do you.
Westminster is a community that starts by believing.